What is up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Oxowl here. For today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the best and most overpowered 5 attachment and 8 attachment class that I can come up with for the AK47 here in Season 4. They changed a few things in the AK47 attachments, so these classes will be a little different than the other AK47 classes on YouTube that you might have seen lately. With that being said, let's get straight into it, starting off with the 5 attachment class. Let's start out with the elements that are not the main weapon and put on Perk Greed as our wildcard. That way we're able to use 6 perks, which are Flak Jacket, Tactical Mask, Assassin, Scavenger, Ninja, and Ghost. We don't want to be blown up, we don't want to be stunned or flashed, we want to get free points from Assassin, we need a lot more ammo, always, don't want people to hear us, and don't want spy planes to see us. For the Tactical, we'll be using the Stim Shot, Semtex for the Lethal, and Field Mic for the Field Upgrade. For the secondary, I'm going to be using my favorite dual wield AMP63 setup, and now let's go on to the weapon. I like to begin this build with the Microflex LED because the iron sights are really good, but they do block a little bit too much of my vision. If you don't want to use the Microflex LED, I'll tell you another option later. For now, Microflex LED. Then we're going to put on the suppressor. We don't want people to see us in the minimap when we're shooting, at the cost of 13% effective damage range and 15% bullet velocity. Now, this means that our effective damage range is only 33 meters, and our bullet velocity is extremely low, so we'll need to fix this. So let's go with the suppressor. We go to our barrel slot, in which we pick the 18.2 inch VDV reinforced barrel. This will help our damage range, which will be useful because this is an AR, and our bullet velocity. Because the AK47 has the lowest bullet velocity of any AR, we're gonna have to fix that, which is why we got the VDV reinforced barrel. The body we're going to skip because this is really only going to help our hipfire, or it'll let us see people easier. We only have 5 attachments though, so we cannot make use of that. Underbarrel. Don't worry about an underbarrel. This weapon has almost no recoil. You just have to learn how to control the little bit of recoil that it has. For the magazine slot, we're going to be using a 40 round magazine. That is because the fire rate on this weapon is quite low, but you will still need more than 30 rounds most likely. Now we don't use the other ones because the aim down sight time reduction is a little too high on the rest. So let's just stick with the 40 round magazine. This lower reload quickness doesn't really matter because the AK47 has the quickest reload out of all the ARs. Lastly, we go on to the Grew Elastic Wrap. This will help our aim down sight time, get rid of our flinch resistance, and let us drop shot, at the cost of some shooting movement speed, which is already quite low on the weapon, and sprint to fire time, which is not as important as aim down sight time. So we're going to put that on. And now, if you're happy with the iron sights, this is where we would take off the Microflex LED, and we would actually attach a no stock attachment here. You don't care too much about this hip fire accuracy, but you will want some more sprint to fire time. This will only help. So in the case where you are happy with the iron sights, this is it. We have no iron sights, a suppressor, VDV reinforced, Grew Elastic Wrap, 40 round magazine, and no stock. I'm going to put my Microflex LED back on and move on to the 8 attachment class. In this class, we have to start out with the Gunfighter wildcard that lets us attach 8 attachments. And the perks that are most important in my opinion are the Flak Jacket, the Scavenger, and Ninja perks. You could switch out Ninja for Ghost if you wish, but I like Ninja because then nobody can hear your footsteps. The Tactical, Lethal, and Field upgrades are exactly the same, so Stim Shot for Tactical, Lethal, Semtex, Field Upgrade, Field Mic, secondary same thing, AMP63, dual wield, and let's move on to the weapon. This AK47 is going to have a little bit of everything. We are actually going to put on the Microflex LED no matter what. Then for the muzzle slot, we're also going to put on the suppressor for the same reasons as previous. On the barrel, we're going to be putting on the exact same barrel. The body, we actually want the Tiger Team Spotlight. Let me choose a cool one, Space Probe. Then for the underbarrel, this one is a little bit more interesting. That is because this weapon already has almost no recoil. We want to reduce it as much as we can without hurting the rest of the weapon. So we pick the foregrip. That'll help us out with our horizontal recoil control, which is a lot harder to control than the vertical recoil, and it's a 15% help. The rest either increase our movement speed or they hurt something else about the weapon, and we don't want that. Foregrip it is. Then on the magazine, we're also going to be using a 40 round magazine for the same reasons as before, where we don't want to be hurt in areas where we actually care. 40 round magazine, more than enough, and it already has a quick enough reload. Then for the handle, back to the Grew Elastic Wrap, looks the same. same. And now for the stock, we are going to choose a different stock where we have the KGB skeletal stock. This is because the sprint to fire time is the same as the no stock, the help that it will give us, but it'll also help out our aim walking movement speed for 30% hipfire accuracy decrease. You're not going to be hip firing with this weapon. This attachment is going to serve you well. Here we have it, the 8 attachment class, where we have the Microflex LED, suppressor for the muzzle, VDV reinforced barrel, Tiger Team spotlight for the body, underbarrel or grip for the underbarrel, 40 round magazine, true elastic wrap, KGB elemental stock, and a lot of colors. Those are the most OP classes that I could come up with for the AK47 in both the 5 attachment setup and the 8 attachment setup. In the comments down below, let me know what other guns you'd want me to look at, and if you enjoyed these class setups for season 4, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. I'll see y'all in the next one. Owl out.